Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm giving you guys another Q&A video, and well, there's really not much else to say for an introduction, is there? It really isn't. So let's go ahead and answer these questions. Do you watch The Walking Dead? If so, what do you think of the season 7 premiere? I watched Walking Dead till about season 3, and then I stopped using Netflix, and I never watched it on TV, so I haven't seen it since season 3. I don't know how this series has been doing. It's kind of weird to think it's actually already up to season 7. So no, I did not see the season 7 premiere. But from what I saw, it was good of the show. The 3 seasons I saw were very good. I just stopped watching it. I don't really watch TV, so that's my excuse. Who would win in a food eating contest? Goku and Vegeta, or Beerus and Whis? I just think that I think if you're not even putting them all against each other, you're making 2 teams. So Goku and Vegeta on a team versus Beerus and Whis on a team. I would say Goku and Vegeta just based on like Saiyans just have this inherent thing of just eating everything. So I just think they'd have the edge there. But we haven't really seen a lot of what Beerus and Whis can eat in terms of large quantities of food. So, who knows? But my money would be on Goku and Vegeta. What would cause adult Goku to cry? Something not dealing with food. I mean, in Super, one of the more recent episodes, when he heard that Goten and he killed like the whole family of his whole family basically in one of the timelines, Goku was pretty pissed off, but he wasn't crying. But I mean, it's not even his family at that point. It's another timeline. I mean, even when the Earth blew up, Goku wasn't crying. Like, everyone was gone. The Dragon Balls were gone on Earth. I mean, there was Namekian ones still, but Goku was just like, oh shit. When Frieza blew up the Earth. Maybe if like everyone he knew died and there was absolutely no way to bring him back. Nothing. No Super Dragon Balls, no Namekian, no Earth ones, nothing. Maybe then he'll cry, but I don't really see Vegeta the type of person that cries. Or, I'm sorry, Goku. Vegeta does cry because he's a baby. No, I like Vegeta, but I don't see Goku as someone that can be pushed to the level to really cry. Interesting question, to say the least. If you could introduce 2 characters who aren't in Super right now, canon or non-canon, hero or villain, who would you pick and why? My picks are Bardock and Gogeta. I mean, I don't think Bardock's I don't think he really would fit into the story. I could see Gogeta working. They'd have to obviously demonstrate the fusion technique. Vegeta would have to learn it because he has not learned it in the canon of the series. Unless they want to act like Fusion Reborn actually happened, then that's one thing. Maybe Gogeta. Definitely, I think something that would be cool to bring back, even though it would almost be like, Resurrection F in a way. I think that bringing Cooler back in some way, if they could make it make sense, would be interesting, because even though he's not a canon character, I always thought he'd be someone that would fit very well into the canon in terms of the lore. Now, don't get me wrong. His movies don't make any sense in their time placement. There's no way they could have occurred in the timeline, but he is an awesome character. Let's be real here. And I guess if I had to pick a second one, that's pretty. I thought Pycon was cool. He's not one of my favorites, but he definitely has no problem fitting in. He could definitely fit into the timeline, I would say. So maybe Pycon, but that would be like almost more fan servicey. I don't know, really. It's tricky. I'm trying to pick characters that would make sense actually, But Broly, obviously, no. I don't know. Cooler's really that one. I would love Cell to come back, but I can't imagine any way for them to really make that work in the story. The thing is, when you're bringing back dead villains, like, there's only one way to really do it, and that's the Dragon Balls, and we've already had that storyline with Frieza. So, I mean, I would love Cell to come back, but it wouldn't really make sense. And then again, neither would Cooler, but Cooler, I feel like, really would just fit into the whole canon of the show if he was introduced. But I guess Cooler and Gogeta, but I feel like Gogeta is a cop-out just because it's a fusion. But I guess those are my answers. Given how Goku reacted to the news of his family being killed, how would you think he'd react if Chi-Chi were killed right in front of him? insane power-up obliterates Goku Black or something, I guess. Something along those lines. If Super Saiyan 3 is 400 times base... Oh, we're getting some math here. I'm not ready for math today, guys. If Super Saiyan 3 is 400 times base and base Vegito is Mystic Gohan level or 12 to 16 times SSJ3. Okay, this guy's got his math down right. I mean, obviously power scaling and math are a little bit different in some ways, but based off of math, which that and Dragon Ball don't always mix very well at all, he's kind of got his numbers pretty solid here. A good range of 12 to 16 times stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That's Mystic Gohan, by the way. And I know there's going to be people in the comments that still think Goku is stronger than Gohan, but go back and look at the manga. That's all I got to say. Or, you know, look at some Toriyama interviews. It's pretty simple to research that stuff. I think the problem with the anime, the dub for Funimation is the big thing I feel like is Goku says, I think what Goku says in the Funimation dub when Buu defuses, and he's mostly Piccolo, he says, even I can beat you right now. But in the manga, it's that Gohan can beat you by himself. So Goku does not want to fight Buu. Do not get that twisted. He does not want to fight Buu at all. That's why when they're inside of Buu, he said there's no way we can beat him without fusion, even though he's back to normal. Didn't want to fight him. People can't accept it still, even if I explain it in detail. But anyways. Power scaling aside. Mystic Gohan being 12 to 16 times stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That means Potara fusion is 400 to 6,400 times multiplier. So Super Saiyan Blue Vegito would be 4,890 to 6,400 times stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. That's hundreds of times stronger than Beerus. I mean, assuming we know what Beerus' limit is, which he can't possibly be stronger than a Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, right? You feel like there's no way, but Beerus just keeps showing more and more power. It's pretty obvious at this point that that whole thing where he says, oh, I used 10% to mop the floor with Vegeta, I think that that was completely bullshit at this point, or it's just inconsistent or something, but yeah, I mean, good math, I guess. Not a question, but it is math. Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, Kaioken times 1,000 versus Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Well, are they both from the same timeline? Because in that case, I would say that Vegeta would win. But if it's a GT Gogeta and a Z Vegito, I'm not using any math in my head. I'm just going off of the top of my head. But I could see Gogeta still coming out on top. But we don't even know how much stronger of Potara fusion is than the fusion dance. Base Goku Super versus Super Saiyan Vegito DBZ. I'd give that one to base Goku at this point. I mean, they've shown themselves in their bases, even up to Resurrection F. They were already above Buhan in their base, basically. And, I mean, after all the training that they've done, even though people, for some reason, and I understand it's a statement, but it contradicts itself later. After they go into the time chamber for 3 years and get the beards, remember before that, I believe both of them commented on it, is that they said they couldn't get much stronger, or it was just Vegeta maybe that said it, that they can't get much stronger than they already are by training. And maybe they meant training by conventional means, but it's pretty obvious that after the 3 years, they weren't honing their skills. They were definitely gaining power. Vegeta even says, yes, I too feel even stronger now. I'm paraphrasing again, but I'm making it sound like it's a quote because that makes me sound super smart, right? But yeah, they definitely contradicted that previous statement. Goku and Vegeta both got way stronger, and not even that. Not only that, Vegeta in the latest episode, obviously, by training so hard that he destroyed an entire dimension in his base form, just by training, blowing up the time chamber. I mean, think about it. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, who's around, stronger than Super Buu, base Super Buu, he ripped a hole in the time chamber. But base Vegeta destroyed the entire dimension. He didn't just blow up the door. He was so powerful that he popped out of that dimension and completely obliterated it. At least that's kind of what I gathered from it. So for me, I would say their base forms are definitely stronger than a regular Super Saiyan Vegito at this point. Is Super Saiyan 4 Goku, or I don't know, I'm saying Goku. Goku's the best, so I automatically just put him to everything, right? Super Saiyan 4, 500 times stronger than Super Saiyan 3. Since Goku went Golden Ozaru, which is 50 times stronger than normal Ozaru, which is a 10 times multiplier, basically a SSJ Ozaru. Well, I don't know what you're asking if it's 500 times stronger than Super Saiyan 3 for. I don't know where that comes from. I understand the math here, 50 times 10 is 500, but most people say the 500 times multiplier is just the normal Super Saiyan 4, which, I always say this, bare minimum, it's 4,000 times Super Saiyan 3. I'm sorry, 4,000 times base, or 10 times Super Saiyan 3. I understand that there's plenty of information out there that suggests and basically says it's way higher than that. And I agree. I just say 10 times because that's the number that most fans know, but it is higher than that actually. And I want to do a video in the future kind of trying to dissect a good range of where the multiplier could be, but I'd have to look into that. I remember reading, it might have been in the perfect files. Don't quote me on this because this is off the top of my head, okay? I remember somewhere where it said that Super Saiyan 4 isn't really a real multiplier, it's more of a limit breaker, like almost like it's unlocking its potential in a way. I remember reading that somewhere. Now, whether or not that was official, I have to look into it. That's why I'm saying, don't quote me, it's off the top of my head. I don't have any source right here. But I want to say it was in the perfect files or one of the comics. And if anyone knows in the comments section, correct me if I misspoke about it, or if you know what I'm talking about. But I remember seeing that somewhere. So there's a whole video in the future we could do about Super Saiyan 4's power. Whole video about it. Crazy how a year ago we thought Super Saiyan 3 Vegito could beat Beerus. Now he's barely a few percents of Beerus now. Yeah, I mean, it's not looking like it's even a close fight, right? Pretty much at this point. Not even close. And I mean, let's be fair though, guys. In Battle of Gods, I mean, based on the numbers we had with Goku being a 6, Beerus was a 10, Whis was a 15 on that scale, 1 to 10. Battle of Gods was pretty coherent with the power scaling, and you could make the argument that GT characters were stronger, but as soon as Super came out, and they were showing that Battle of Gods arc, everything was starting to change. Everything was starting to change, guys. Surely this Zamasu and Black fusion is stronger than Whis, and is only second to Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. You would think so, but the thing is, again, going back to Beerus, we have no idea what the limit of his power is. Super's making it very ambiguous, and Whis has been shown to still be stronger than Beerus, so it's very crazy. But you would have to think. I like how I skipped that question as if it's gonna make me look bad. It said, do you have a micro penis? And the answer is no. So, have you? I'm not gonna read this one. Don't feel comfortable reading it. Lots of people are disappointed in Hit's dub voice. Do you like it? So yeah, Hit's in Xenoverse 2. If you've been living under a rock, I don't mind the dub voice at all. I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's hilarious when he says "time to make the donuts," but I'm pretty sure that's a dub error. I think his voice is fine. I think it's fitting for the character. I think people might have been expecting too much. And I haven't looked in who does the voice, but it sounds like the guy who does Mira. They sound very similar. I like the voice, but we don't really get to hear a whole lot of it. But I have no problem with the voice acting for Hit, honestly. Goku Black, I didn't like it at first. It's starting to grow on me, but I think Sean Schemmel might be missing what Goku Black's really supposed to sound like. It's not supposed to be a more gruff voice. It sounds basically like he's Super Saiyan 4, but he's a chain smoker now. It's supposed to be a little more sinister sounding, like how Nozawa does it. Like, that's a very good voice that she puts on for Goku Black. A lot more sinister, but still at the same time very, very calm. And I think that's what, even though Schemmel's obviously trying to make it his own thing, if they dub Super, which they're going to eventually, let's get real, guys, it's going to happen eventually, it's just about when. I'm sure that he'll probably tweak it for the full dub. I think that maybe because it's a game, maybe he's not putting as much effort into it, or that's just his interpretation of the character. But I think he's missing the mark, and I love Schemmel. I love the voice of Goku for the English dub, but I think that he really missed the mark with this one. I don't hate it now after listening to it more. I think it's a cool sounding voice, but I think that it misses the point of what it's supposed to sound like. And it's an interpretation, sure. But I think that Nozawa personally did a better job than Schemmel did with the Goku Black voice. It just seemed to fit the character a bit more. Maybe that's because I heard it first. Maybe it's not. I don't really know. Let me know you guys' thoughts on the Goku Black English dub voice. Do you like it or do you hate it? And also let me know about Hit's English dub voice. Do you like that? Do you think it fits? But mostly, I'm really more curious about Goku Black because I just feel like I don't know. Schemmel's interpretation could have been better, in my opinion. But it's his own work, so he can do whatever he wants with it. It just seems like it was less unique. How does Xenoverse 2 rank in your Dragon Ball games? My favorite is still Budokai 3. Budokai 3, man's always going to be up there. There's no question about that. Burst Limit as well, and you know, Shin Budokai. But I would have to say that Xenoverse 2 is my favorite. And I know I just got the game. I played 30 hours on the beta. I know how Xenoverse works. I love the first one. It's my favorite game before this one. It's not the best. It definitely wasn't the best game, Xenoverse 1. I think Budokai 3 is a much more well-made game. But for this one, it feels a lot more akin to what maybe you would get out of a 3D burst limit. I know it might sound crazy, but there's a lot of different combos you can do. It just seems a lot faster, a lot more fair. And there's still definitely the DNA of the first game. Let's not get that out of the way. Let's get that out of the way right now. There's still DNA from the first game. So if you didn't like the first one, you're probably not going to like this one too. But I think there's enough different that if you're on the fence, it's definitely worth giving it a rent and then maybe a purchase. I want to do a review of the game as well, but I think that's my favorite game. It's got a lot going for it, so. Core gameplay, very fun. There's still some things you can cheese about. I don't care what anyone says. They could say nothing's broken. They could say everything's perfectly balanced, but the fact is that it's not. Not everything's balanced. There are some broken combos for some characters. Very easy to link some combos together and do an automatic stamina break. There's very easy ways to cheese ball some of the things, but it just came out. Balancing tweaks will be on the way, and it's leagues above the first game in terms of balancing quality and hit detection and online and content. It's crazy. It's an achievement, in my opinion, in terms of game design for a fighting game, for a fighting RPG, and for a Dragon Ball game. It's a major achievement in my mind. Very impressive on a game design standpoint, when you really look at it in depth, right? And let's go ahead and just finish off on this crazy question here. Super Saiyan Blue Vegito Kaioken times 100 versus Xeno. I mean, you can't really ask this question because you have no idea how strong Xeno is, right? Literally no idea. Impossible to determine. You would think that maybe Vegito would be stronger with the Kaioken. But, you know what? Just think about Beerus. Probably would still one-shot Vegito. Who knows? Xeno's the Omni King. He literally is the Lord of everything. And I have no idea how powerful he can be. I mean, if Xeno was more powerful than the Grand Priest, who was apparently makes Whis look like a joke, then I don't know. Yeah, that is my answer to that. I don't know, but I can tell you that probably Xeno, just for shits and giggles, probably would still be stronger. I mean, the only questionable thing is you're giving him Kaioken times 100, but I don't know. I don't know, man. But that's been the Q&A, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.